Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I always appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is we're doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Let's melt more into being. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of water, and then I'm gonna say some things worth saying. We've been working our way through them since day 111. And it's been very enlightening in the way of me kind of coming to terms again, almost like revisiting lessons I feel I've learned, right? Because we sometimes have this tendency to learn things, understand them very intuitively, and yet we kind of let them go in a lot of ways, where as soon as we feel we've come to an understanding, a proper understanding, is when we almost retreat away from that understanding again. Almost to cast ourselves back into some sort of darkness or illusion so that we may find our ways out of that again. Trying to find a place for my cup to balance. The grass is getting a little bit thick again. Let's see if it stays right there. Yes, it does. Okay. Let's see. And this is the first one that we are at right now. Technically, we stopped at the previous one. So, and this one literally just reads, "I exist only to extend love." Hey, there we go. Edmund and Toasty. I'm so happy to have you friends here. Thank you for joining me, my friends. Man, I exist only to extend love. Man, I have some crazy feelings and stories to share again. It's been such an emotional roller coaster of a few hours, actually. Thor? Melt more, actually, my friend. But you can call me whatever you want. I'm just a being on this planet. A human being. Hey, Toasty, there we go. Edmund says hi as well, Toasty. Yeah, it's been kind of surreal. I want to set an intention for why I'm drinking water because I'm already thirsty. My intention is to extend love. I feel like it's so obvious. It's to extend love. Every sip I take, I'm extending love inside of myself. And allowing myself to create in that love even more. That's nice. Hey, is it Danny 2011? Hey, my friend, I'm happy that you're joining us here. Thank you for sharing the space with us. So, yeah, okay. I don't know how many of you friends remember, but on day, I think it was 113. Was it? Maybe 114. The day I felt so weird, right? Where I felt like I got spiked somehow by something. That was the day my dad, my younger brother, and my younger brother than him, basically all the men, it was like supposed to be this men's weekend where we go out and hunt, but since I had some commitments made, I couldn't exactly go and participate in this weekend. Hey Ryan, and I don't know our friend Sai Supreme, but thank you for the silver, my friend. I appreciate you friends being here with me. I'll read your comment in a second, Ryan. I'll get to it. I want to tell the story quickly. And they went last Friday and they came back last night. And I remember telling you friends on that stream the day they left how I was doing something kind of playful with the intention of love, where I rolled my dad 3 joints, one of which contained THC, the other 2 of which was supposed to be pure CBD. And basically they went on their weekend. He came back and the first thing he asked me when he saw me was, what did I put inside of his joint? So the first thing, like, I talked about on that stream about how I felt like it was this genuine honor and something I took very seriously in being given this task to roll these joints for my dad. And I wrote down intentions on the Garrix. I rolled it while listening to music, while like literally putting conscious energy and love, extending myself through this medium, be it the joints, out of love towards my father. And he told me he asked me so specifically what did I put inside of his joint, because he thought I spiked it with like some sort of hallucinogen or something, because he said he had almost an awakening experience smoking only half of that joint. Cat might bump the camera. No, it didn't. And uh, yeah, it was an amazing revelation to me, because while I was rolling those things as well, I put so much intention and energy towards the experience that he came back and he told me he had. Like I was talking even about how I felt like my dad was somehow thinking about me and projecting some sort of energy upon me. Like I remember talking about something like that. And that Friday like was the last time that he saw me. So regardless of at which time he experienced that substance, his last reference of me was on that Friday. So he projected, I believe, that experience onto me, or at least with him thinking of me in that experience, created a sensation of inside of myself that I experienced on stream. And like when he came back and he told me the information that he told me, it was this like really weird and kind of like flabbergasting information of, oh, I did these things, I had these intentions that I set forward in the preparation of these things that I prepared for him. And because of the intentions that I put forward, because of the things I told myself during that whole meditative process, he experienced something that was directed towards that love, that understanding of love as well. And yeah, it's kind of wild. Oh man, I'm gonna get into the rest of the story, but I'm gonna take a few sips of water because it gets a little bit tense after that. Um, yeah, because okay, let me read some comments and I'll continue. Ryan says, "Hello, brother Bear. I'm here today and can stay for a while, for once, because I have work later." Oh, cool, my friend. I'm looking forward to having some chats with you, Ryan. Do feel free to give me some of your inputs, my friend. When I went hunting with my family, I always aimed high above the deer to miss. Oh, I couldn't. Ryan, you sweetheart, my friend. My brother also actually missed. He was supposed to shoot something yesterday morning, also missed, but my dad also said he was kind of relieved that he did. I've never been hunting. Edmund says, not sure I could do it, especially for sport. As a cook, though, it's a dilemma for me because I feel like I should be able to if I'm going to cook the meat. I feel that. Hey, Aaron, I see you as well, my friend. And hey, Katie is here as well. Thank you for joining me. I feel you, Edmund. Like, it definitely is it's a contrasting slash type of polarizing experience where you definitely have an understanding that this is how things have been for a very long time, right? We have been hunting our food as a species for a very long time, and I do believe there is something sacred about hunting your own food, respecting your food that you've hunted as well. And like the Native Americans, they definitely had a very genuine connection with the land, with the animals, and they understood that nothing was theirs, but that they shared of this planet. And they had a very sustainable approach and respectful approach to their hunting processes as well, which I definitely do respect. And yeah, it's a difficult thing. It is a difficult thing, Edmund. I don't know what to tell you, my friend. It's been something that's been struggling to get to a coherent point, because I have a very hard time kind of reaching a finale inside of my head, like, okay, yep, it's all bad or it's all good. I feel it's a very much one of those gray area type of situations. I was happy to see you all having a bad morning, Katie. I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend. You're surrounded by love now. Know that you're loved, loving, and lovable always and forever, and that you have people that care about you, Katie. You're not missing anything but a good hike to find them. You're not alone, goldfish. Here we go, my friends. At least we have this space, right? To be with one another, to actually share in some communion. Hey, Jesse's here as well. I'm happy that you're sharing some space with us, my friend. Hey, Gold, glad you're here. Hello, Edmund. Oh, Aaron, my friend. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yay, good morning, friends. Feeling so anxious. Been waiting for y'all because you always make me feel better. We're here for you, Jesse. It seems we're definitely gathered here today in a place of healing. And yeah, there's a few things I want to say on today's streams that Aaron actually kind of subvertly enlightened me to. Like Aaron shared some videos with me today that I feel was exactly what I needed in this moment. And I'll talk about that in a second. Your dad wasn't mad? Oh, okay. So thank you for prompting me again, Toasty, because like there's more to the story. My dad had this like almost out of body psychedelic experience while smoking one of the CBD joints, dude. I rolled two CBD joints and one THC one, like as a playful gesture of love. And on the one joint, I wrote rustigheid, which means calm. On the one joint, I wrote rustigheid, liefde en gezondheid. So health. Um, so calm, health, and love is what I wrote on the two. And I wrote calm on the one CBD one, health on the other CBD one, and love on the THC one. And my dad only smoked a single one of them this entire weekend. I kind of anticipated for him to smoke all three of them throughout the weekend. And when he came to me with this information, asking me what I put into his joint, he, like I told him, like right off the bat, oh, one of them had THC in it. Because I automatically assumed the reason he had this, extremely psychedelic experience wasn't because of, like, partly because of my intentions that I put forward, but mostly because he was smoking something with THC in it. And I basically told him that I'm not surprised he had this profound experience smoking this little joint because it had all of this intention like towards it, and it was also a THC joint. And on top of all of these layers, I was literally the one actively involved in every single step of the process, from the very seed in the ground to the very like jarring of the nugs. I was the one involved in every single step of it, and then enrolling the joint for him as well. And I told him I'll finish because he was too scared to smoke the rest of it because he really thought I spiked him somehow. Also thought I spiked him somehow or some sort of psychedelic. And I told him it's okay. I'll smoke the rest of this joint, and I want to show you what I wrote on the inside because I was completely convinced that he smoked the THC joint, and I knew the THC joint had love as the intention on the inside of it. And we were having this conversation, and I'll get into what my dad's revelation was in this experience as well, and the, I want to say chaos, not necessarily chaos, clashing of egos, I think is a better word, that ensued because of it. Oh man, it's getting convoluted in my own head even. So tasted bug for a second in my water for some reason. Anyway, uh, and I like I stood with him while he talked about his experience, and like he was going in a very biblical direction with his experience. Like he told me he saw like he was reciting Bible verses in his head while he was going through this transcendental experience. And as he was reciting these Bible verses, he saw them like almost lift off of the pages, and the pages would burn away. Like the words stood as truth while the physicality of the paper and of this world burned away. And it was like a revelation to him that the Bible is the truth. And this is what we were clashing about, because he asked me this question last night. He asked me directly, what do I think is the truth? And I told him, to me, the truth is love. That is the base level truth. And he told me, to him, the truth is the word of God, or the Holy Bible. And to me, I don't agree with that at all. I believe the Holy Bible was written by people. A storytelling device that was used to teach values and morals, and also as a system to implement certain rules over people. And it was this very like I realize now, egotistical defense of ideas, where he 100% understood and believed that to him the Bible is the only truth, and I believe that when you kind of identify only one source of knowledge as the only truth, you cut yourself off from all of the plethora of truth that you're still allowed to experience in every single moment. And yeah, it was very back and forth, non-agreeing, egos clashing about an idea that we were trying to defend, like a battleground of egos. Aaron, to quote some lines from the video that you sent me. And I finished this joint, and I like opened the Garrick with this intention to show my dad, look, love was the intention for this joint. Because I thought so, I believed even that this was going to be the THC joint. That's why he had this experience. And when I opened it, it had rustigheid, calm, written on it, which is a CBD joint, and it's meant to calm you. And then I had like my whole perception like thrown on its head again, because I was so like taken aback by the fact that my dad had this transcendental experience with intention, with only CBD, which is, it's mind-boggling. Oh goodness. And it's been a process talking to him after that. But I still enjoy it. I'm not getting angry. And something that Aaron shared with me is this video. Like, he wasn't talking about it the entire video, but by the end of it, he basically, oh man, I want to talk about so many things at the same time. Okay, one of the profound things that he did say in that video is this tracing back of steps. When you look at things and you perceive them, so I'm looking at a tree right now and I'm seeing the bark. This is a projection of the consciousness that is within me onto that thing, to understand and to perceive what that thing is. But if I take back those steps of me projecting this perception onto this tree, and I follow it back all the way past my eyes, into my brain, if you will, there's kind of this recognition, the single point of understanding that you are, the I, the experience, the consciousness, the conscious understanding of awareness, right? And when you completely become aware that that is what you are at your core and at your center, you realize that these egoic battles is something that is literally it's so external from you, and it's so arbitrary and useless in a lot of ways as well. Man. Let me read some comments. I'm sorry, friends. Justin is here as well. I'm happy that you're sharing some space with us. Stopping by to say hi. Thank you, my friend. I don't know how long you can stay. Hi to you as well. I hope you're still here. Hey, what's up? I always see your streams. All positivity. Thank you, my friend, for joining us here. Yeah, I'm streaming every single day. So like it tends to be this thing where like I've had a lot of friends very recently watch for the very first time after they've seen the streams like offered or as available, and they're only tuning in now. And it makes me happy. Like it makes me happy to see you friends finally show up. Hopefully you stay. We can grow together, learn together, experience together. Exactly like I would want to honor the animal I'm using and everything. I just don't know if I could take a life like that. I feel you, my friend. Then again, I like to fish, so what is the difference? Inner turmoil, man. Dude, the fishing thing. This is literally something I had a chat with my mom about yesterday. Because I also expressed this desire to her to, at some point, go vegan, at least for a month in this year. And like in the A group, A blood group, if you will, fish is something that they still say you can eat. So I like told my mom about my intention to live like at least for a month, go cruelty free, eat no animal products. And I was like, oh, but I would still like fish because of the protein and the healthy fats. And then I was like, now where do I draw the line, right? Where do I say, okay, now fish are okay to kill because they have only this amount of consciousness. And then I was like, okay, well, what about grass? Like if you cut grass, that smell you smell is technically a chemical stress signal that they release. So they're stressing out. They're experiencing this thing that you're doing to them. Where do we draw the line, dude? The inner turmoil has been has been killing, or not been killing, has been gnawing at me instead. The Native Americans used every part of the animal. I learned that in Montana history. That's really cool, actually, Ryan. Day 117, Master Chief stream. Hmm. I was never really that into playing Xbox or Halo, so I don't know what the significance is of the number 117. Is that Master Chief's number? Please do enlighten me, Dan. Hey there, Melt, sending all the positive vibes today. Thank you, Life. I appreciate the positive vibes you're sending, my friend. I'm sending you some back right now. It is always a powerful experience when you take an animal's life. It is. It is it is a certain energetic bond that you almost make, and it's a very it's a surreal practice. Good afternoon, Estienne. Hello, friends. Hope you're all having a good day. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Hope that you're having a good day as well, my friend. Gezondheid. Dankie. Hi, Justin. There we go. Glad I was able to catch your stream last night. Sorry I couldn't stay long. There we go. We have friends seeing friends' streams. Sorry I missed Katie. When do you stream? Yeah, like Katie usually streams when I'm asleep, unfortunately. I don't get to see much of her. Sorry couldn't stay long. Is Justin leaving right now? I think he may be. We'll see. We'll see if I keep going down the comments. It's random, but I've been doing it more often. You've been streaming more often? Oh, you mean your time was random. I get it. I can't believe your dad would think you would spike a joint for him. I'm sorry, Mel. I hope that didn't make your relationship worse. No, not at all, my friend. It was something that was almost flattering because, like, he had such a powerful experience with this intention that I put forward to him that he literally thought I spiked his joint with LSD. That's what he asked me. Like, after I assured him that I didn't spike it, I just thought it was normal THC. He asked me, like, directly, didn't you spike it with? And he said the substance name. I'm like, no. Like, one, if I did, it would have been multiple hour experience. Two, I don't have any access to it. I'm living in the middle of nowhere. And three, it would be a waste to smoke it. Can't think that's efficient. So yeah, not didn't make the relationship worse at all. If anything, it made me feel very, what's the word I'm looking for? Assured? Maybe assured. It makes me feel assured about the capacity I have to do these things, my friend. Instead of doubting, like, I feel like I only him coming to me with that information or with that intention only confirmed to me what I already knew to be true. Awesome post. It on the Discord. I understand. No worries. I'm a bit shy myself. There we go. Isn't that nice? Thanks for having having me for a time. I followed, so I'll be back again. I'll see you next time, Danny. Thank you for being here, my friend. Hey, Yash, thank you for being here as well, my friend. So I smoked a bad joint in college. Either that, or I wasn't used to it. And I got so high, I was convinced that the devil was trying to kill me, Lamar. My roommates had no idea what to do with me. I was off the walls. I'm so sorry to hear that, Katie. That sounds hectic. Maybe that was just a bad intention. That joint was rolled with. Maybe they wanted you to experience the devil instead of experiencing God. And that's exactly what you experienced. I wouldn't be surprised. Some people are more sensitive to that stuff as well. Thank you for the whole seeing upvote, Yash. I didn't smoke for a few years after that. Yeah, stuff like that can really kind of wreck you. It kind of makes me think of a personal story I have where, man, I still feel kind of bad about it. I've always been a little bit of an overachiever. You might have noticed. I tend to be a little bit too committed, if that is a thing. Because either I'm going to do something, one of the best ways it's ever been done, or what's the point, is how I kind of think about it sometimes. I know I shouldn't always be thinking about it like that, but bear with me. So my friends, basically, we make this decision to stay at the hostel for the entire weekend. Because we had extra math on the Saturday, the Saturday morning. We had extra math classes at school. So a bunch of us stayed in the hostel. 4 of us stayed in the hostel. And 2 of my friends have never tried any cannabis products, and they're really opposed to smoking as well. Like it's not something they want to do. My one friend was asthmatic. The other friend is, I guess I can say it. I'm sorry, Nate. No, Nathan? Yeah, I can say his name. Nathan is a pretty common name. I'm not gonna say his surname. Nathan, you're a little bit of a goody two shoes. That's perfectly perfect as well, my friend. I love you for that. So also not too keen on the whole smoking idea, and so they asked me to make them some brownies, and I'm like, away. I know how to do this, and I make uber brownies. Like I make brownies so strong that they can like sedate a horse or something. They were ridiculously powerful brownies, and to me they were just strong brownies because I've already built tolerance up to that point. So I bring these brownies like over. We go into the weekend. We're walking on the rugby field, like looking at the stars, and I give each and every like I give each guy like a quarter brownie, like big, a big brownie, like a brownie that size. And we're eating our brownies, and we order some pizza, and we go to our hostel room, and me and the other guy that is experienced, we feel it first, because I think our metabolisms might have been like we were both at that point like a little bit on the more muscular side, so our metabolisms definitely were a little bit faster, and we've already experienced it before, so we knew what to expect and when it was going to start. Then Nathan, my little bit of a goody two shoes friend, he feels it next, and he's like sitting on the couch, like being melted into the couch. Like I can see it in his face, like there's just something awry in his head right now. And David, my other friend, he's one of my best friends to this day. He's like laying on his back, and he's looking around the room. He's seeing that we're experiencing something, and he's like, "Oh man, these brownies ain't shit. Da 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 da. I ain't feeling nothing." He says, "Dude, like literally." I think it was 20 seconds later. If it was 20 seconds later, we were listening to music, and it was this, like, I don't know what the song was, but it had this bump dump 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 bump, and it like had this rhythm to it where he was like moving like he was biking, like he was stepping on a bike. And after he did that, like danced a little, like a little bit of a jig to this music, I could see his face like being being overtaken by this experience. And it was so intense that we were all like basically asleep after an hour with that. And Nathan was like panicking to the point where he was completely convinced that this was like some sort of ruse, and I kind of jinxed him into this experience, and that his parents was going to show up any second to come and like catch him off. That was what he like. That's what he told me he was feeling was gonna happen. And I'm like, dude, just relax, just calm down. None of that is true. It's something you've created in your own head. Yeah, and we were still in a state the next morning. Man, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But it was it was an experience. It was a necessary experience at the end of the day. Wish I could get this experience from smoking a joint. In all my 12 years of smoking, I've never experienced anything like that. I want to have that experience now. Me too, actually. Mediocre. Not mediocre, Mr. Ryan. Mediocre, bro. Like, actually, I thought that as well, my friend. And that's kind of why I smoked the rest of it as well, with the intention of experiencing the same. But I think, like, while he was talking about that, he was like, whatever you did to those joints, it's like some sort of, and he was like thinking of what word to use, and I said ritual, and he's like, yeah, it's a ritual. I'm like, yeah, it's a ritual. That's exactly what it is. Mm. It's the Green Queen, Harley Q614420, as I affectionately know her. She is also a streamer friend. Wonderful person. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. Man, I'm a while behind on the comments. I'm coming, friends. I'm coming. Reminds me of when my mom has one drink and thinks she's drunk. Yeah, exactly like that, my friend. People, like, it's the placebo effect as well. I get that stuff of edibles. Sick. Tactical chemist. Tactful chemist. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. I'm happy I made this in time. I'm happy that you're here as well, my friend. I don't think you've seen Like, you haven't been on one of these streams for like longer than I feel like 40 minutes or something. It's nice to have you here. Mm. Edibles don't affect me. I'm feeling that I might be in the same boat, Ryan. I might be in the same boat. Thinking about it now, I actually smoke an Oz every 2 weeks. Mm, yeah, gold. I've eaten like 150 milligrams of edibles and nothing, sadly. I waited 2 hours for it. I think there definitely is like differences in biology. Like even in the way your gut absorbs, you can also have an experience or not. Do you dance anymore? I do, Eleanor. I do still dance. Like I'll never stop dancing, really. But I danced yesterday, and then this morning I woke up and I was like, then I slept. I was like, nah, no, you need to sleep, dude. You need to rest up, and I did. So maybe tomorrow I'll dance again, my friend. He danced the other morning. You just gotta catch him when the sun is up in SA. Yeah, exactly. The sun is setting now. It's time for me to calm down. Hey, you're still alive. I am still alive, Lane. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. Colin says, bro, I've totally thought about the greens feelings too and decided to eat meat because of the same under turmoil. I just failed vegan again last week. Only lasted a few days again. Dude, Colin, it's difficult, bro. It's difficult. That's the thing. It's definitely not going to be an easy switch to make. I just wish lab grown meat was more accessible already. Lane, hey my friend, I'm happy that you're here with us, dude. I don't think fish. I think fish don't feel typical pain, and think that's a draw for a pescatarians. Not sure though. I wish I liked fish. Tastes so gross. Oh, okay, Toasty. Like I actually enjoy fish. Like fish is something that I've not had too many problems with my palate with that. But it does have to be prepared correctly. Otherwise, it can be pretty gross. Life's crazy. Life is crazy, Lane. It's been it's been a wild experience as of late. Hey Dan, check out Seaspiracy on Netflix. Interesting documentary. Yeah, another one, another problem. You see, Yash, again, another problem, dude. Seaspiracy. It's basically this documentary of that explains the overfishing that's been occurring on our planet, and it basically hurting our biodiversity of our oceans. I don't even think you can smoke LSD. Doesn't the chemical get destroyed at like 500 degrees Fahrenheit? I'm not sure. That's the thing, Dan. That's why I was like, not a chance. No, why would I ever want to do that? Like maybe if I put like flakes of Dimitri in its joint or something like that. But also, I would that would be a very irresponsible to just do randomly. But maybe I did it with my brain. I mean, jacked some of the compounds in his bud to be turned into Dimitri's. Maybe. I don't know. Good morning, Mr. Meld. Hey, certified technician. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. I've missed you. I've missed you a lot. Yes, brother. Taking a life is taking a life, whether it is by a cow, via a cow, an ant, even grass. And while obviously it's necessary sometimes, like you said, there's such a fine line with so much gray area. Yeah, dude. And like what I'm thinking as well, if we are both perceived and perceiver, eater and eaten, then we're technically just, the infinite self-eating snake. And then, like in that mindset, all of it becomes okay. Like eating animals becomes completely okay, right? Because technically I'm just eating myself. But I'm eating myself. So I want to eat parts of myself. It's gonna hurt less. Man, I just wish we had more research. Like imagine if we had 20,000 years of humans that only ate vegetables, 20,000 years of humans that only ate meat, 20,000 years of people that had like mixed diets, and then seeing how their brain chemistry, how their bodies, everything kind of shaped because of that as well. Hmm. That would be really cool data actually. Seaspiracy got it, thanks. So yeah, Seaspiracy. It's gonna probably convince you never to eat fish again, Mr. Toasty. I love you sharing these memories, Estia, with your parents. As I'm in the place where my mother is sick, and I'm happy you'll have these memories to reflect on later. Always, I'm happy about that as well, my friend. And that's definitely something I'm very aware of with these streams. It's a large part of the reason I'm uploading them to YouTube as well, because they're going to be these like almost treasure troves for me to reflect back on. Like imagine going 50 years into the future, and I've done this every day up to that point, and I'm feeling like just to look back at myself when I was 25, which I'm not even yet. By the time I'm 25, we would have done quick maths like 700 streams. No, more than that. A lot of streams, like pushing almost 1,000 streams. I look forward to like looking back at how much I've grown, how much I've learned as well. Toasty, you just don't like it because you live in a landlocked state. I was thinking the exact same thing, but didn't want to say it actually. It's true, but the Mexican food is lit. There we go. Gets destroyed when the heat hits it. Last time I took, oh, it was about 2 years ago. Thought it was one. That's interesting, my friend. Yeah, like as I said, it was just something that he shared, and I was like, no, no. Thank you for the energy you're giving me, Lane, and thank you for all of the love as well, Jesse. Those, but turned out to be like 3 or 4 because I was affected by like 18 hours. Oh, that sounds like a trip. Heat, you definitely kill. You can smoke. Yeah, we had the same thought, Edmund. I feel like I'm tiptoeing landmines now. I'm worried that some sort of algorithm is gonna notice me talking about these things. Bro, you're extra F, and we love you for it. Aww. Stop with you. Stop with you, Toasty. Thank you, my friend. I love you, friend, so much. I love that I can actually just be my extra self instead of wanting to hide. Man, huh? How long have we been hiding, friends? Think about that for a second. Like as an eccentric person, how long have we been hiding? Because I know you friends are eccentric as well. I've seen you. I've talked to you. Huh? We tend to hide so much of ourselves. That resonates with me so much, E. I can't commit myself to something unless I commit fully. It's like this, all or nothing mentally. Yeah, dude, mentality. You're very right, and it can be a little bit of a handicap as well sometimes. Toasty, not Toasty, Dan. Sorry, and it's definitely trying to come to terms with the gray areas. Like what I thought about in that exact moment was my ability to paint. Like my ability to paint right now is atrocious. It's so bad. And for me, if I can't create, a masterpiece, I don't even want to go and put down the first paint stroke. But you can't create the masterpiece without putting down the first paint stroke and then putting down 10,000 more paint strokes and failing 10,000 paint strokes and then putting down the 10,001 paint stroke, and it's actually the one you wanted to start your masterpiece, if you will, as well. It's a mental block. It's a resistance as well. I'm blasting my music for all the kids coming out of the school. Metal for all. Yeah, every single day, my neighbors listen to loud metal, whether they like it or not. Inside the Tank is a good documentary too. Probably also a fish one. Sadly, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you at all because of the music. It's okay, Lane. Just watch me talk, dude. Watch my face move. Can be smoked. Always had to ask before a pipe festival. Yeah, you want to make sure. You want to make sure about that, Ryan. When you take a rip off of a hippie's vape pen and it smells like burnt shoes, I go to another dimension. Then I am the E. You are addressing or Estian. Either way, I'm the same way. All or nothing. I don't like to half-ass commit to things. I feel maybe it's a part of our natures, my friends. We want to be committed to things. We want to fully immerse ourselves. One festival, the guy gave me a drink, and it turned out to be what? That wasn't cool. Playing last part of my set, feeling so crazy. I can imagine that actually. Like that's something that's very dangerous at festivals as well. Like people People think they have good intentions with their sharing, usually. And technically they do, because they're like coming from a place of love. Oh, I want to share this experience with this friend. But still be vocal about it. Like, you have to let people know what they're getting themselves into. It's always when you say, I feel nothing. It's always when you say, I feel nothing. I don't know what you mean by that, Katie. Sorry. Edmund, that was directed towards Estian. Oh, well, it's directed towards the infinitude of experience at the end of the day as well, right? um, damn, Ryan, that sounds like a wild experience. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine myself into it as well. Goodness, feeling down, but no sweat. But it's cool to know we're on the same wavelength in that regard. We definitely are. He got paranoid, poor guy. Yeah, can happen. It was 5 years of DJing, going to shows and festivals. I learned who I really am inside, though. Still crazy. Yep. You look like if Thor became a surfer. Sick. Yes. I ascended from Asgard, abandoned my responsibilities to become a surfer in the middle of Africa. The grassland is my waves. The motorcycle is my surfboard. Hey, Mariah! Man, I haven't seen you in forever, my friend. I'm happy to have you here. I hope you still are. Lane is here, right? Yeah, Lane is here, my friend. He is here. Gonna head out. Cheers! Katie, thank you for being here with us, my friend. Good to see you as well. Stay well, dude. There we go. Guess what? Today, I'm going to be showing samples of my cat toys to a pet supply shop up in the street from my apartment. I may be selling them there. Ooh, that sounds amazing, Scarmelia. So, my friend, Scarmelia is also a streamer friend. She makes these little cat toys, which I do believe have catnip inside of them as well. And she's been selling them to individual clients. So it would be fantastic if you get a what's the word I'm looking for? A reliable? No. Cyclical? Constant? I don't know exactly. If you have a buyer, a constant buyer for your supplies, it would be amazing. And if it's just up the street, it's nice and close as well. What's the temp there, bro? It looks nice out. It is kind of nice today, actually. It's like 20, 23 degrees Celsius. Like 70 Fahrenheit, 71 Fahrenheit. I think 71 Fahrenheit is like 21 degrees Celsius or something. How did they make a Seaspiracy and not the name conspiracy? Missed opportunity. Damn, Dan of the big brain. You're completely right, my friend. What is your intention today? I missed it. My water intention today, Jesse, was to extend myself out of love. Because the first thing I read today was, I exist only to extend love. Yeah. I exist only to extend love. So that's exactly what the intention is. Just to extend love. No other intention other than that. Hey, Paul. Good morning to you as well, my friend. Mr. DF I appreciate you being here. Great catch. Yeah, it is a great catch. Conspiracy. So much better. Thank you for the helpful, my friend. You could watch this dude, or you could read any book. Or you could watch this dude, or you could read literally any book. Yeah, my friend. You could read literally any book, or you could go your entire life without reading a single one. Both of those are completely valid and necessary experiences to be had in the grand man of God, right? We don't have to have only one of the two. Well, we do technically have 200,000 years of data for mixed diets. Just look at the modern human, and that's your result. Dan, come on, dude. You know that's not what I meant. You know that's not exactly what I meant. I meant like literally an entire human species division. For 20,000 years, I think is a good number. Because, yeah, we do have 200,000 years, but we don't have definite data that these line of humans only ate like protein-rich diets for the last 20,000 years. Like, I know the what do they call them again? The people living in the Antarctic, Inuits in I don't exactly know, but they basically eat only protein diets, protein and fat diets, and they do pretty well. So I'm curious. Hmm. That would definitely be really cool data to see, actually. I think so as well, right? Like, imagine if you could have these three different groups and you could see their cholesterol levels, average IQs. You could see the upregulation and downregulations of certain genes, regulation of cortisols, regulations of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, testosterone, estrogen, norepinephrine, or just adrenaline as well. And you will be able to actually quantify statistically and with data how these diets could have affected them over the past 20,000 years to be what they are in those times. Finding you, Melt, and the family was really helped me and inspiring me every day. Thank you, Brian. You inspire all of us, my friends. We're inspiring each other at the end of the day as well. And that's what makes it so amazing. It makes me so happy. I suppose that is true, Dan. We all have cultures with so many varying diets. It's true, we do have all of these cultures of varying diets, but there's no one culture who has only eaten meat for that long. Like, it would be so difficult. Like, the thing is as well, it would. I think if it was possible, you see, I have a problem with that as well. I wanted to say if it was possible, it would be a computer simulation. But how do you code for the amount of variability we have in our existences? I think technically it would be possible to create a simulation that is efficient enough with one being. Man, it's difficult. It's difficult for me to wrap my head around. What is the biggest thing that you have learned from all of this so far? To be, my friend. I feel I'm learning actively and I'm discovering how to actually just be. Like, you'll see. You'll definitely see me almost learning this slowly but surely. And I forget sometimes. I forget how to be sometimes, and then I have to learn it again, and I forget it, and I learn it again, and forget it, and learn it again. It comes back and forth. What kind of music do you DJ? Yeah, please do tell us. I am truly myself, and in the space, coming from a very closed-minded people who aren't awakened. We're here to welcome you, Ryan. And thank you for the heartwarming, Dan. I appreciate you, my friend. I could play the hardest dubstep and play drum and bass, also hard style, pretty much all but house. Okay. Okay. You see, I have a problem with drum and bass that type of like beat pattern. You know what I'm talking about? Like that back and forth, almost like racketing. For me, I try and step on the beats, and I feel like the underlying drum and bass line or beat line is too fast for me to dance on. So I have to kind of dance erratically on drum and bass, and it's very jarring to me. It makes it so difficult. uh, I have a story like this. It was at STS9 in Denver, and this kid gave me an energy card. It was covered. Mm, covered in it. Goodness. Look up Mantis dubstep from the years 2012, 2015. Please, like send it to us as well. Actually, Ryan, if you're not opposed to. Hey Lee, good day, Stian and friends. So glad to be able to join you again. So happy to have you, Lee. Thank you for joining us as well, my friend. Good day. Ryan, I produce heavy bass. I was working on some gnarly bass design and serum this morning. Maybe you and Ryan can help each other grow in that aspect as well. Happened to my friend and it messed him so bad that he literally can't smell anymore. That is some fucked up shit, actually. That's not okay. Bye, Katie. Katie has been away for a while now. Hey, Sacred Field. Wow, dude, it's been forever since we've seen you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here with us again. We think that the person's water on top of his head, so he got like 16 doses and was gone for 3 days. Man, you see, that's stuff that, like, that's the other side of it as well. Because if you have real great intentions and love towards a person when you do stuff like that, and you make sure that they know about the thing they're going into, Like there can be so much benefit with these things as well. But when I hear stuff like that, it terrifies me. It's not how it's supposed to be done. Scarmelia says, "Oh, I also got some bells from my cat toys. Some have bells for a sound feature, and others have catnip in them. I make both tiny little pillows in UFO shapes. That sounds so sweet. Thank you for sharing with us, Carmelia. I see this every day on Reddit, but never clicked it. What's this channel? Hey, Brownie. Thank you for finally tuning in, my friend. I was actually talking about you, even though I didn't know who you were a little bit earlier in these streams. Basically, these streams, is the, at least for me, is an expression of love. An expression of love, not only for myself, but for you, friends, and a pursuit of spirit, a pursuit of understanding what we are. Not only as an individual being, not only as a species, not only as a planet, not only as a galaxy, not only as a universe, but as the substance that makes up all of that, my friend. Little by little, bit by bit, we're chipping out this infinitude of a sculpture that we're never technically going to get to finish, but it's fun to work on. I made it just confuse you even more. Popping back in. Hey, Justin, I'm happy that you're back for a sec, my friend. Brownie, we are. Oh, there we go. Jesse says, Brownie, we are a community of love and beautiful beings. We talk about a lot of spirit and science, share stories, and just positivity. Positively connect. Welcome. Oh, that's beautiful. Jesse, thank you so much for welcoming my friend. That's exactly. Like, I think you even put it better than I did. I'm getting ready and I just noticed, wow, I'm pretty baked and melted right now. I hope that you enjoy, Mr. Ryan. The melted has started, my friend. The melted has started. I see what you're saying. You're looking to get super detailed with diets over a long stretch of time. Yeah, like precision data, which is so difficult, so difficult. But I would love to see it. Like it would be a mental experiment that can extrapolate. Like I think it would be an AI mental experiment, if anything, because it would have to have so many different variables coded into it for it to have any resemblance of data that's useful, and it would be really difficult to actually do that. Thank you, Yash, for the faith in humanity restored, my friend. I appreciate you. My anxiety has slowly been melting away just listening to you, Estian. Oh, and giggling at everyone's comments as well. Love and gratitude, guys, for being here for me without even knowing it. We are here with you, my friend. Jesse, and we know it as well. Know that we know it. Know that we want to be here for you. That's the thing as well. Like not even just are we here for you in this moment, but we want to be as well, Jesse. Like you're deserving. You are 100% deserving of this love that we have to share with one another. And I'm so happy to hear your anxiety is melting away. Honest as well. Have you seen the Animatrix? It's 9 animated short films that set up how the Matrix begins. I've not actually seen that. That sounds really cool, Yash. You all motivate and inspire me every day through these chats and sharing your time and talents. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for sharing yours as well, my friend. If you don't eat meat where I live in Montana, you're looked at as being weak or not a man. I actually don't really eat meat much anymore because my wife doesn't eat meat. There we go. Like, I think it would be a lot easier to make the switch if you have a significant other that's also made the switch before you. Show you some of the guiding lines, all of them stuffs. The beat pattern you just made is a jungle dance hall drum and bass beat. Just listening to some rollers, and you can feel the beat more. It centers on the beat down rather than the syncopated beat. Yeah, yes. You definitely know a lot more about music than I do. But I'm happy that you could figure out what sound I was trying to make, at least. The 128 BPM killed my soul. 108, right? You ever get some 128 halftime shit? That's super slow down tempo. Yeah. Okay, I understand what you're talking about there, actually, friends, because I have friends that DJ as well, and I've wanted to DJ myself. Like, if you get put in a slot, so basically what they're talking about is, I think at least, please do correct me if I'm incorrect. They're talking about getting put in a slot where you. So, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. In festivals, they kind of, like, gradually, as the night go on, increase the BPM, and then people basically enter those slots to play in a certain BPM, sometimes even certain keys as well. And yeah, so 128 is kind of on the slower side. For me, I kind of enjoy like 135 to 145 BPM. That's like kind of my sweet spot. And yeah, it can be difficult for certain tracks. Dan, your tracks are fire so far. Listening right now. There we go. Thank you for sharing, my friend. All right, man. Who is your favorite superhero? So the favorite superhero that came up in my mind, which is actually a surprise to me, is Doctor Strange. Mm, is it Doctor Strange? I think it is Doctor Strange. I feel like I resonate a lot with that superhero character. That's Toasty. Thanks, Toasty. Oh, there we go. No worries, bro. Been feeling a low energy since last week, trying to stay positive, so I wanted to wait till I was in a better headspace. Oh, Toasty, your love, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for opening up to us about that as well. Thank you for sharing that with us. Hmm. It's okay. It is completely okay to be in a low mind space as well. And I feel the more I kind of visualize it to myself as a sine wave, as this, up and down flow. It goes up happy, and then it's low, and then it's happy again, and it's low again, and it's. Can I do it maybe smaller? There we go. Happy and sad, and happy and sad, and happy and sad, and happy and sad. And it's okay. All of it's okay. It's supposed to be that way. But when you're trying to hold on, oh, I'm trying to hold on, then it's happy. Then you're just gonna fall back down into the sad, and it's the looping thing. You want to be moving like this, not like this, right? uh, da, 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 da. And a Matrix sounds pretty sick, is lovely and pretty effed up. Like I'm hearing that as well. Like understanding how the artificial intelligence in the Matrix took over sounds like some Terminator shit as well. Dude, Toasty, sending positive vibes your way. We all are, my friend. Know that you are always loved, Toasty, so much. I will send you some rollers, Mel. Please do, my friend. Please do. Doctor Strange is pretty badass, man. I'm happy that you feel me, my friend. Doctor Strange is like quite of a badass. Like for me, it's just like the wit, ultra wit. I think that's technically the realest superpower. That's basically how. Spoiler alert! Close your eyes and ears. I was gonna go on. Just close your eyes and ears. Like if you don't want to hear what I'm gonna say right now about the last of the Avengers movies. Have you closed your eyes and ears yet? Okay, so like that's basically how Iron Man was able to defeat Thanos, was with wit. Like that's literally what he did. If it wasn't for him thinking one step ahead, like they couldn't defeat him with brute force. That was evident. They were trying, but they couldn't. So he had to outwit him. And technically, that is going to be the ultimate superpower at the end of the day. Not so much how much power you have, how much brute force you have, but how much wit you have. That's correct, Melt. I always have the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. slot, lol, and wake everyone up. Yeah. I feel that, my friend. Yeah, you want the good slot. You want like the midnight slot, or you want the yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You want the good slot, but it doesn't always work like that. And like the worst thing as well is when you're playing a set and you make like a single mistake and you see people disperse from your dance floor. Eats your soul. My mom's cat pooped on my couch. Oh boy. Ugh. I hope you don't have like a velvet couch or like a material couch, Dad. I am sorry, my friend. No, no, and this is me being a little bit playful and joking about my philosophies, but know that that is also a perfectly divine experience, necessary of being experienced. If you had access to all dimensions, with of the universe, within the universe, would it turn you into a Rick Sanchez or a Doctor Strange? You see, that's a good question, dude. That's a really good question because I really resonate with Rick Sanchez as well, dude. Not in the like, not so much in the nihilistic aspect of it, but in the, yeah, like it's difficult. I think maybe there's like an amalgamation, like a fusion, of Doctor Strange and Rick Sanchez. Man, that would be a very dangerous being, but that would be fun to think about. Mm. Lee says, I spent 4 years with my only meat source only being fish for health and environmental reasons. My energy levels went way up and it felt right. It is a serious commitment, though, to change your diet. Extreme way. It is an extreme way and difficult when eating out. Yeah, especially when eating out. When you're like with friends, and you also don't want to be the stereotype of like, oh yeah, I only eat this, and that. Like, how do you know someone is a vegan? They told you type of a thing, right? Like that. You don't want to be that stereotype, but sometimes it's difficult as well. Like I feel, yeah. There's so many things about it. Like in South Africa, veganism is probably like I think I would go as far to say as like veganism is probably one of the lowest rates in Africa of the rest of the continent. We're also very pro meat because we have a lot of land and there's a lot of people that produce beef as well. And technically, our beef is ridiculously cheap. So for a kilogram of beef, so like 2 pounds of beef, we pay, I think it's $150, so $10. Yeah, I think so. I'll have to go and check. I'm not too keen up on my meat prices now that I think about it. But yeah, so about $10 for 2 pounds of meat. So technically, like, tell me if that is something that's affordable to you, friend, because it's pretty affordable here in South Africa in general, actually. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, I like that question. I like it as well, actually. Uh, that didn't make sense. Sorry, half asleep. No, it made perfect sense, my friend. It made perfect sense. Don't worry at all. No, that makes sense. I got the question toasty, but I'm struggling to know which I'd be. Yeah, exactly. I also like the question. I feel maybe the amalgamation of the two. Like you want a little bit of the Sanchez crazy, but you still want to keep some of the the Doctor Strange calm, right? You don't want to go all the way into one of the directions. Trust me, I played a lot of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. to be able to play the better slot shows. Yeah, you have to like. It's kind of like the whole. What's the word? Coming up of no. Initiation. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Like it's a initiation thing to play those horrible slots before you can play the good ones. I want to say I'd become a Doctor Strange type, but I feel like I'd end up a Rick. Yeah, it's gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be calm, logical, controlled, and then like you lose it once, and you're like, this is kind of easier maybe, and then you just descend into madness, the madness. Uh, if Doctor Strange was an egomaniac alcoholic, would he turn into a Rick Sanchez? Now we're asking the right questions. I don't think so. Actually, I don't actually think so. For the pure reason that he's too he's too egotistical. He's so okay. Like Rick Sanchez definitely is an egomaniac. Where I think Doctor Strange is egotistical in his expression of this like solid, trustworthy, controlled, cool individual. Where Rick Sanchez doesn't give a fuck what you think about him, right? And I think that's the difference between Rick and Doctor Strange. Where I think even if Doctor Strange was an alcoholic, he would be hiding it. I don't think he would be turning into a Rick Sanchez. At least that's what I feel. I mean, these are theoretical characters, and yet we can assign them personality traits, which is like fantastic to think about. Actually, how about the heavy metals in fish? Not sure it's healthiest at that point. Yeah, heavy metals and even microplastics at this point as well. Justin, man, the heavy metals of fish. Maybe it's because of lanes tainting my mind. I'm imagining freaking fish with like long black hair, black lipstick around their little fish lips. Can fish headbang? Fish playing metal. Mm. Did you only DJ, or did you get into beat production? I'm curious. I wonder, actually. Yeah. I think so, Aaron. Only with mind powers instead of tech. Good point, Mel. Like that's how I feel about it. At least, what do you think? Being a god would be so stressful. Like for me, I think the biggest stressful point about it would just be my incessant need for things to be a very specific way. Like, man, like this is something that's very difficult for me to kind of wrap my head around sometimes. Because this is a conversation me and my dad had yesterday as well. He believes the Christian God did not create sin. I believe the spiritual God, if you will, the source, the universe, the Brahman, the Abba, whatever title, whatever word you want to attach to it. You can call it Sarah, Bob if you want to. I believe is the creator of all experience for the sake. Want to see cat? Look at the cat. Can you see cat? Kind of. Here he is. He's a kitty cat. What point was I getting into? Oh yeah. So he believes that the Bible's God didn't create sin. He believes that sin was created by humanity. And I was like, no. Like we're definitely the only beings capable, I think, because we're prosecuting ourselves, right, of these sinful behaviors. But I believe the real essence, the real Godhead, is just there to experience. It came from a place of love where it created all that is, but in the separation from that love, things happen that is not of love. But it is still separated from love in the first place, so it shares the same source. Where I can take a piece of metal and, for example, shape it into, let's say, a shield, right? That's a easy enough to understand example. I shape this piece of metal into a shield, or I can take that same piece of metal and shape it into a sword. It's the same substance, it's the same metal being utilized for both of these functions, but one of them can be used to kill and pierce someone, and the other one can be used to defend against and maybe to push forward against someone. So regardless of the fact that both of these things were made of the same substance, the same God, there are two aspects to it, a duality in it because of the separation from the original source. And it's in that separation where all of these horrible things happen that we think of as horrible, which at the end of the day is actually perfectly neutral. Because it's when we attach a mindset to something where it becomes evil in our heads. Man, it's a difficult topic to really like pin down. I made beats as well as DJing. Man, you should share some of it with us, Ryan. I'm really curious, dude. Oh wait. It's been 4 years since my computer broke. I let my best friend at the time borrow it for a Great Gig Montana show, and he returned it broke. Was all of your music on your computer? That's horrible. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I hope he replaced it. I'm feeling from the Commons energy that he didn't, which I'm also sorry about. You see, I have so many feelings about stuff like that as well, because the initial reaction is for us to be angry. when stuff like this happen. Like we want to like have some sort of defense or like a reason to be angry about these things, and we're like, oh, how dare this person, break my laptop and not return it to me? Oh, it's absolutely unacceptable, and it is unacceptable. Like it's not something I would ever want to happen to me or any of you friends. It is unacceptable, but it is something that is off this world, right? It is a three-dimensional thing that is now broken in this three-dimensional plane. Like if you had to pass today, would you be happy that you were angry at this person because they didn't give you back this three-dimensional object that you can't even take with you in your passing? Like sure, you can grip onto it with your physical body, but are you gonna be like happy? Oh fuck, thank goodness I had this laptop while I'm dying. No. That's not what you're gonna be thinking about. So with that realization and understanding, it becomes a little bit easier to just, like forgive and understand right from the get-go. At least I'm trying to jinx myself into it. Evil is what you make of it. Yeah, absolutely, Mariah. I do actually believe that. I think it's us that try to add these labels, because we do definitely have some sense of morality as well, and we do understand that there are certain energy fields that we do like to practice, and we do like to invite into our conscious fields, and some energy practices that we don't. But, but, that doesn't mean one of them is bad and the other one is good. It's just that they are both experiences that were chosen to be had because of the circumstances that followed or that led to it, right? It's this it's this constant thing of like having a divine and unique experience based on all of the divine and unique experiences you've already had. Like when something happens to us now, we have this tendency to kind of keep all of the baggage that has happened to us before, and we try to apply like our ways of thinking about the previous bad things to this again. And there's this really cool idea that someone shared, where if you want to think about it, let's use my scarf. Like on this scarf, there are technically three colors, right? Can you see it? I think let me do it like this. You can see the colors better like this. So technically there are three colors. Here is, if I point here, it's black. If I point here, it's green. If I point here, it's gold. And as I move my finger over, there's going to be different colors, right? So this is pretty basic, where it only has three colors. But think of this thing as having infinite colors. So if I stop here on the black, and I tell you, this scarf is black, because I'm pointing to this piece of black right now. That is a flawed way of thinking, right? You can understand how that's a logical fallacy. But we do that with our own lives. We have hardships, we have suffering, we have ways of belittling ourselves, and then having some instances in our lives where we have that confirmed to us. Some instances, literally an instant of this infinitude that is our life, And then we completely attach. We tell ourselves, oh, that one time someone told me I'm ugly. I am ugly. Look at that. Look at that piece of ugly that I once had in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's so backwards in the way we don't understand how much we have to be thankful for. We have all of this experience, all of this beauty. And yet we want to just focus on one little thing that happened in our lives and associate with that. Build our feelings and our ways of understanding around that. Ryan, we should connect. I love bass music. I'm happy to see this. I lost. Ooh, what? Almost said a no word. Yes, I lost 46 days of music. Man, this little fruit fly is flying around my face. Dude, please excuse yourself. And all my production work in progress. We didn't fix our relationship because he felt like he didn't have to pay. Ooh, yeah. That's a little bit of a... In Persian culture, we consider this a dick move. I'm sorry, Ryan. I am sorry, but at the end of the day, like, all you can do really is forgive him. And that's the only thing that's going to bring you any peace in that matter. Literally any peace. Blue and black, blue and black dress. Yeah, here it comes again. What if that color isn't black, actually, but the human eye can only see black in that part? But it's actually some completely different color that we have never seen before and we don't know exists. It would be pretty sick, and technically it would be right as well, because the way we see colors, dude, this little fruit fly. It didn't do anything to me, but he's disturbing my peace. No, he's not, technically. I'm disturbing my own peace by getting disturbed by him. He's just being a fly, landing on objects, right? Catch yourself in your own thought delusions. Anyway. So, oh yeah. Seeing of different colors. So, technically, the reason and the way we see colors is just different wavelengths, and there's a lot more wavelength that we just don't perceive. So, it could be possible that there could be more colors that we don't perceive just because of the the limited bandwidth we have, technically, to say it that way. Perspective is reality. Yep, it is, Toasty. It's what you make of it, dude, literally. Hey, dude, little fly. I see you, bro. He's hiding in my hair. I like the scarf analogy. It's super relevant to me today. I'm happy that it resonates, my friend. This is the way, Dan. This is the way. Like, it's been a while since I've kind of had that analogy exposed to me, and I feel I was only now drawn to really talk about it, to share it. So, as you said, especially today, it was supposed to be shared today. Yes, Dan, this analogy is blowing my mind. I'm happy, friends. Melting your mind, huh? We need to be on brand, Edmund. Oh man, it was such a beautiful day. Can I tell you, friends, a secret? It is the end of the stream, so all of our friends, our most close friends, to say it in that way, are still here. I've made myself some edible oil. I told you friends about this. When was it? Was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. And then on Sunday, I had like a half teaspoon of oil before I came to the stream, and like I felt some things, but I didn't have an experience. So I've been upping a little bit of the dosage, and I did again today. And that's why when Ryan was talking about edibles not affecting him, I was like, I also feel like I'm not being affected by my edibles. But I am feeling really relaxed and good. Are you friends noticing anything different? I'm curious. What do you feel? Enjoy your evening, Estian. Enjoy your day, friends. Thanks for sharing this space and time with me, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for sharing this space with us as well. Thank you, Jesse. Loving you all. Thank you, Aaron. Love you as well. Have a great day, friend. And I love you, Edmund. I hope you all have a great day. One more work day, then 2 days off. One more work day and then 2 days off? Don't you? Like, tomorrow is Wednesday, right? And then you have one more one more day. Do you have Thursday and Friday off? I'm not sure actually, Colin. That do you have like a national vacation in America? You seem the same. Fantastic, Aaron. I'm happy to hear that. What does the same even mean, dude? Now you're giving me something to reflect on as well. The same. Can anything really change us? What are we changing into? If we're capable of changing because of a substance, how much of us are we to begin with? Love you all. Hope everyone's day is full of magic. Hope your day is full of magic as well, Mariah. My schedule is so irregular. Okay, that makes sense. What do you do, Colin? I'm curious, my friend. You stumped Meltmore. Welcome to the club. I too stumped Meltmore once upon a time. Oh yeah, yeah, you did actually. I remember that. Can't remember the exact context, but I think you also bamboozled me for a second. Wasn't it you that asked what my favorite geological, my favorite geological area or something like that is? Right? I think that might have been you. Yeah, I stumped him. It's a it's a mobile agent care I work for. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense. Thank you for sharing with us, my friend. Mm. I got stumped because I was like, because okay, actually, the real reason I feel like this today is because today kind of felt like a Friday to me because of my brother showing up and him being at college for the last bit, and then me and him just chilling, sitting and having a chat, and it just felt like a Friday. It felt like there wasn't any like rush towards doing anything because it was a weekend. And then when you said only one more day until 2 days off, I was like, is it actually Friday? And then I actually checked. I was like, nah, dude. Who did he tell? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who did he tell you? Oh, you're freaking trying to bamboozle me again, Dad. I only did it once, and we are a collection of thoughts and energy. But there are exceptions too. Ones, those. Each. Yeah, I guess, my friend. Mm. I work with a provider, nurse practitioner, or physical assistant. We do house calls. Thanks. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing. You are doing divine work, helping people, taking care of people, being there for people. And yeah, we can definitely all take a lesson from that. Giving ourselves to our fellow human beings. Not for us to gain anything, but just for the sake of giving ourselves, right? Extending ourselves out of love. I exist only to extend love. And I love you, friend. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.